lenient, and when when the DEP had a meeting with our township and an attorney from the industry, representing the industry, a supervisor told me the mission statement from the DEP was they are here to develop the gas. From the DEP. Now, I wasn't in on that meeting, but that's what came back to me from a supervisor. So, well, to promote the gas was the word that he told me. They were here. The DEP was here to promote the gas drilling, and that was very true. And you know, I can understand that to a degree because it is energy and it is all new. But if you're going to be a guinea pig, which we were, by God, I want to know it. I want to know what I can anticipate, what risks are involved here. I don't want to be a guinea pig and have my family at risk, or my community, or my neighbors. And that's exactly what happened. And again, when I did a file review, let me go back to that. When I did a file review last fall, I walked in, I see the files, just a couple files on the desk. Thin files, by the way. And I reported quite a few problems. Nothing was in there about my pond. I asked the individual, where is the album full of photographs? There aren't any albums, or there's not an album here with photographs. I said, there isn't. I said, I walked with the man when he was taking some of the pictures, the digital pictures. And he said, well, and I mentioned the man's name. He said, well, that man no longer works here.
He was on your property. Your property was being photographed.
Correct.
I mean, that's,
well, that man now
with
works.
your permission, I'm assuming, right? You gave a waiver or something had to...
No, he's out there because I was calling and complaining, so
right.
he was taking pictures.
Right.
And again, he told me my farm was a textbook case of what not to do.
Oh.
But he no longer works for the DEP, he works for industry.
Uh-oh. We're gonna take an opportunity right now to take a break. Remind you that you're listening to 91.7 FM WNJR on the campus of Washington and Jefferson College. This special edition of acoustic songs merged with Earth Talk. And we're going to take a brief break. We're going to listen to some music. We're going to bring my man Mitch here into the conversation afterwards, as we're going to continue talking about the present and future of Marcellus Shale. You're listening to 91.7 WNJR.
Okay. Yeah, I have two questions. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I can see you out of the.
Yeah.
Well, you were on because I didn't know if you were going to interject or
I didn't
not.
want to interrupt.
So
Well, I jump around so much, guys, and I
it's cool. It's cool. This all sounds good.
I've had so many things happen. I've had my garage broken into by a roughneck. Okay, I've been shafted by Washington County Courthouse, or by Judge Mascara. I've been shafted by the DA's office. You have no idea what I've been through.
No, and I mean, I wanted to give you
most people would have already went like this.
I wanted to give you enough structure so that we could, so that we could fit it into a segment, but I didn't want you. I mean, but I wanted you to feel like you could speak freely, generically. But you've done a very nice job of it without mentioning anybody's name or anything.
That's Dan.
Should I set everything up for Dan?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I mean, so we can toss another.
But I like what you were saying. I mean, you really took us. You really took us through a progression of what you've lived with. Without getting into all the nasty details, you've taken our audience
you got about 3 minutes
into a progression of what you lived with.
How would you like to come home? These guys were defecating all over my property. I probably could have found.
You mean the contractors or the people out there?
Oh, yeah, the contractors.
Yeah,
they didn't have porta-johns.
I heard you speaking at the.
My lab would come in. My lab would come in. I've got a black lab, and I've got 2 little kids. I got married late in life because I was workaholic. Women didn't want anything to do with it. You're an asshole. All you do is work. Okay. All right, I'm an asshole. I work. But you know what? I don't drink. I don't do drugs. You'll have a beautiful, you'll have a clean house, or, you have a roof over your house, over your head.
How old are your children now? How old are your children now?
5, and my little boy will be 4.
You do have, wow.
And I'm going to be 55 in September.
Good for you. I mean,
my wife came full circle. But these guys have ruined everything. My whole life is like I ran into this wall.
Oh, man.
And everyone's like, well, you're making this big money off these royalty checks. I don't get a royalty check. No. I don't care about these royalty checks. Because the unknowns, that's what I'm worried about, are the unknowns. I've seen too much.
There are plenty of those out there. And I also appreciate your frankness recognizing that not everybody has had a bad experience. It's true. I mean, Chip, you're a product of gas royalties, right?
Yes, we have gas royalties.
A child of gas royalties.
And no, we don't have any wells on the farm yet, but the farm above us has horizontals that go under our place.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've been there for about a year now, and so far so good.
Okay.
Now we're waiting. The farm I live on, we have a stream
Yeah.
that starts on our property, and then we have a lake on our property. And so we're waiting to see when they start to drill there. But so far so good.
So I hope I was fair, but not,
Yeah, I'm cool with this.
you know,
You've
just
got a water well?
No, we have a spring. So that's what we're really waiting to see.
See, that's the big question mark.
there are a lot of
You
long-
don't know what to test for. That's the problem. They use so many chemicals.
And did my little preface to all this, Chip, help, or is that too much like a lecture? I have a little bit of background.
That worked.
But
Because
things don't become a manifest immediately.
yes.
And that's
Yeah,
what,
I mean that's. And now this is something. It was all my parents' sort of dealing, so I have no say.
sure.
You
Well,
know, as to
everyone
what's-
kept thinking these were the conventional wells because the industry kept saying we drilled wells in Pennsylvania, we fracked wells in Pennsylvania.
Well, Range Resources, all this work with the Burnett deposit in Texas, and they're claiming it works, and all the casings
Texas
are fine.
gone full of
all
problems.
the casings are fine, and now,
It's a lie.
Okay,
you
we
know-
got 9 seconds.
and coming from Texas, yeah, I know there's problems. And welcome back to this special version of Earth Talk merged with acoustic songs. We're continuing our conversation with Mr. Ron Gulla. And we're going to bring in our host today, Mitch Bell. Mitch, jump in here, buddy, and share some of your wisdom and ask some questions.
Well, I was saying that was what Dan Cunningham we had playing on the break, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
pardon me
cool.
for not
Yeah,
identifying that lovely
What
music.
song was that?
Thank you.
That was
off of his CD.
Get Out.
Is it Wayfaring Stranger?
Yes.
That's yeah. That
The
was
man
great.
knows his music. All
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I've been listening to it in the car for the last, like week. I had family members that were approached, for leases here in town, and so I started getting, educating myself and getting some information. Full disclosure, I'm on the board of Center for Coalfield Justice.
As am I.
And that's how I found out about all this stuff. And my question would be, if you are approached by somebody to sign a lease with everything that happened to you, it's a two-part question. What would you recommend to a landowner? And then the second part is, there is this severance tax legislation that is apparently going up before the Pennsylvania legislature. One of the things that's in there is this forced pooling part of it, where if you don't sign a lease, and enough people do, they can actually force you to, if I understand this correctly, force you to be part of the pool. I don't know if you then get a bonus or what the situation is, but what for anybody listening out there, based on your experience, what would you tell them to do?
First of all, as far as signing a lease and all the information that I have, because I go around talking to people that have had the problems, until the science is done, there needs to be a moratorium. This has to stop, and it has to stop now. There are too many victims out there. I know too many farmers have lost cattle. These animals are going into the food chain. Water is contaminated. Let's take a look at Dunker Creek. Let's take a look at the Mon River. Let's take a look at the Yauk River. Let's look at the Beaver River. What's going on with the TDS levels? We didn't have these problems before, but oh, it's all acid mine drainage. Oh, really? We've had acid mine drainage forever. Oh, but now the industry, their big push is, well, we recycle our water. Well, what did you do with your water in 05, 06, 07, 08? Where did it go? 09. It went into the sewage treatment plants. They mixed it right in with the raw sewage and it ends up into the river. Guess what? You're drinking it, bathing in it, and cooking in it. So as far as signing a lease, I would never sign a lease until this science gets done. Let's get the academics done. Because the one university, as we all know, who's pushed this, was nothing but a shield for the industry. They did no academic studies whatsoever. And the information that they passed out was information that came from the Marcellus Shale Committee, not from academics. And a letter just was released from this